Pharmacy and MBA from University of Delhi. He had a long stint, 25 plus years in Wipro GE and Siemens. As he felt there are not much enough IT products that cater to hospitals, and hence Mediv Technologies was launched in 2007 with a vision to be the Microsoft of healthcare. Products are approved by the UD FDA, European CE, and are compliant with international standards like HIPAA, HL7, and IHE. Today, Mediv is #1 company in the space of PACS and teleradiology. Over to Mr. Sanjeev. Sanjeev, we are all eagerly waiting to see what artificial intelligence you have built into the system, which helps the doctors and the healthcare industry.
Thank you, Dr. Bhuma Devi. Good morning to everybody. And thank you, Dr. Sumant Raman. I knew you were a cricket commentator, among many other things, but you are such a star opening batsman also. I didn't know that yet. So thanks for giving us a good start. And also, though at the cost of half a minute, I am also honored, as you said, Dr. Sumant, to see Dr. Narottam Puri here. We as kids have seen him. And actually, he was just few years senior to me in and around Delhi. So I have seen him. We have huge regard for him. I have met him also during his practicing days. He may not remember me. But so, sir, it's such a big honor to be on the same panel as you are. And thank you so much, Ramchandran Institute, to give me this opportunity to be here. Now, coming back to technology and COVID, I must first say that, and I also think one of a major audience in this panel or in this discussion is the students of your management institute. And if that be so, or even otherwise, I personally always like to go back to basics first. And basics in this case, according to me, is use of technology. Now, technology, howsoever great it is, it has to be built with, according to me, with three basic objectives. Technology for the sake of technology is no good until and unless, number one, it improves the quality of treatment in this present context of healthcare. Number two, it increases the productivity of the doctors. And number three, it reduces the cost. Now, when you are building and using technology to build an application or a product, if it touches all three of them, nothing like it. I think that should be our objective. But it should touch at least one of the three, if not all three. And if it's not touching any of those three, my request to all the technologists and the tech teams and the companies and the people working on that is, please don't waste your time. Make sure right from the beginning that you're targeting one of the three, if not all the three together. And if you think it's doable, then go forward. Otherwise, don't build technology for the heck of it. So that's the basic part of it. Having said the basic, I'm just going a little bit into the future, and I'm saying how technology has disrupted some sectors and how it can do the same in healthcare. We have seen, all of us, what Amazon did to retail. We have all seen what Uber did to taxi service. We've all seen what Airbnb did to the hotel industry. I am convinced it's a matter of time. Some companies, someone will do the same disruption to healthcare. They will not own assets. They will not own hospitals, but they will create a connected world and provide it as a service, which will be as, and if not more efficient than what these three names which I have taken have done. That's the only way you can make healthcare affordable and expandable and reachable to everybody. So this is what I thought should be my opening remark before we get into details. Dr. Bhuma Devi did talk about artificial intelligence. Yes, I think that's a huge subject today. I have personally been very, very passionate, if I can use that word, about this technology. We've been working on it for the last 4 years. We are not alone. I can just give you a flavor of how this technology's importance in healthcare is improving. And one of the parameters is Radiology Society of North America, a conference which is held in US every year in November-December time frame. Now, when I attended this, and I have been fortunate to attend 30 of these conferences in my past, when I attended this conference 4 years back, there was one company in AI space. The next year it was 27. The third year it was 67. And this year I did not attend. The previous year it was 167 companies participating in this space. So that is the kind of potential this space gives. Particularly, I'm talking of only imaging and radiology. That's the only subject I know of, unfortunately or fortunately. But having said that, that in 4 years we've seen growth of this representation in that largest radiology conference in the world from 1 to 167. I am perennially optimistic as an entrepreneur, as an individual, but I must tell you, is it touching the ground still? No. It's being used in routine? No. And the challenge is not the technology. There are enough and more algorithms available today, and there is a lot of data now which is available. They have been trained, they have been tested, accuracy rates have come up. But as Dr. Soman said in the beginning, the challenge is finally the doctor. He has to use it and he has to sign on it. And that's where it's slowing down adoption in some sense. And I respect that. See, at the end of the day, I say and go to the doctors and say, I've got a algorithm which works 99% accuracy. He says, thank you, sir, Sanjeev, very much. I'm not going to use it just because you're saying it. I go to US FDA, get the approval, go back to him and say, like, no, I got US FDA approval. Why don't you use it? He'll say, okay, so but I have to sign the report. Now I have to test myself whether it works or not. Now, at that point of time, it depends on the individual's risk appetite, if I can use that word, whether he's willing to sign on the report given by the algorithm. And some of them will take 100 such cases and test it out and then sign. Somebody will take 500 cases, somebody will take 1,000, and two tests go wrong. He will say, I'm not testing, I'm not signing on this report. So that's where I think the challenge is. It's not the technology challenge today, it's the adoption challenge. And I, of course, leave it to Dr. Soman's judgment. And as he said in the beginning, I'm an engineer, nobody to comment on the doctor's abilities and capabilities. I'm sure they are much smarter than all of us, and particularly the engineers. Because as kids, the smartest guys used to go for medicine, and the second one used to go for engineering. So I think they are inherently very smart and very intelligent people. So I would never, and I have huge respect for them. But I think that's where the buck is slowing down, if not stopping altogether. So that's my quick comment as far as artificial intelligence and technology in general is concerned. I'll pause myself here and let others comment. Thank you so much.